You're the parent, clearing boogeymen now. December 4, 2016. Dear ones, perhaps you wish to rewind your personal clock, to start over. Such is not possible any more than you can unbirth yourself once you entered Earth. So you adjust to life as it is. Even though you can transition if you wish, you will not, most likely for the reasons you entered Earth in this lifetime. Perhaps those of you who accept challenges, which is most of you reading these words, take that last statement as a dare. It is not. It is merely stating your reality at this time. Your world might seem gray, lifeless, unexciting, or any number of words that tell you that you are too tired to continue with this silly shift process. This feeling will soon pass, and you will grasp the stardust of joy once again. For those of you doubting our words, please review your life a bit before you toss this message aside. Your outer perceptions continue to jump between 3D and 5D. From a 3D perspective, your world seems very glum indeed. From a 5D perspective, it is one of joy. Of course, you cannot believe or note the joy at this time, but you will. For all is an illusion you created. Likely, your current thoughts are that, whether you created the illusion or it is a reality, it is too painful and difficult to change. You are not a protester. In truth, you barely have the energy to accomplish your daily agenda items. So how can your world possibly shift from your current glum state to joy? Change your perceptions. Think for yourself. Ignore naysayers and doomsday predictors. Think of this time as the beginning of something exciting you never dreamed possible in 3D, instead of this is the worst that could have happened. You have forgotten how devastating your dark night of the soul felt when you were processing it. Or perhaps you remember all too well how dramatic and painful that time was. At any rate, what you are experiencing now is a combination of the memories of your dark night of the soul, and the trauma of those just beginning to experience it. Your feelings of doom and gloom are not based in your reality, but instead memories or what was or what could be. Memories you can erase with a shift in your perspective. Is it not true that despite your greatest fears during your dark night of the soul, you not only survived but felt stronger as a result? Yet, when that experience is replicated throughout the globe for those beginning to awaken, you return to your original fear instead of your outcomes. In a fear-based society, such would be the norm. But you no longer are of that fear-based reality. You are outside looking in. It is time for you to claim your wisdom. Perhaps you remember a time when you first became enamored of transition information and were concerned about forces taking over your being. As you progressed in the knowledge that you create your reality, you understood that any heavy pieces that did not fit your shift to joy were your inner fears instead of forces taking over your being. That you created your own boogeyman to scare yourself into submission or returning to 3D fears. None of which worked, for you knew deep within you that you were not of the earth to reinforce fear, but instead to overcome it. And so you have internally. You now are doing the same in your external life. Some of you proclaim that such is not at all how your life truly is. That you have a perfect right to be terrified of this or that person, earth storm, or war. Of course, you do in 3D. But most certainly not in your new 5D being. You're beacons of light for those who wish to follow. Do you wish to play the Wizard of Oz role of hiding behind a curtain of fear with no real power, other than verbal rantings, or Dorothy moving through her fears to realize she is a powerful being without need of help from the wizard? You have danced down your yellow brick road. You have proclaimed your power. Now you stand before the Wizard of Oz curtain. Why pull back that curtain when the wizard has nothing to offer you? And so it is with your new outer fears. There is nothing to offer you, for you are more powerful than any fear you can imagine. Many of you cry that you are not able to move beyond your outer fears because they are overwhelming and all-powerful. Such is true only if you allow them to be. Shift your thought processes from, the world is doing this to me, to, I am no longer of the fear world, so I can observe, note, and do whatever I please. Or, I don't want to return to fear, so I'm shifting my view from fear to, I wonder what this piece will play in the transition of society from 3D to 5D. The trauma you are noting throughout the globe now is not about you. You are an observer, not a participant. It is time for you to claim that role instead of adding to the fear now rampant throughout the globe. You are no longer a fear follower. You are a joy beacon. Claim your role. Play your role, which you can begin by adding interest and humor to your outer fear thoughts. How did you overcome your fears of a boogeyman under your bed? That is all the fear-mongering is right now, a pretend boogeyman. In this instance, this time, you are the parent shining your beacon brightly for all to see that there is nothing under the bed. So be it. Amen. Channeled by Brenda Hoffman. www.lifetapestrycreations.com